Hello and welcome to the overall overview. The brand new CLP800 series. In this short video, I would like to show you the main differences between the 885, the 875, the 845 and the 835. I would say, we start with my favorite instrument. As you all know from my presentation video, the 885 that is here in the store Clavinova in Vienna. We have all the CLPs here and I thought I take the opportunity to present you briefly the differences. On the 885 it looks not only like a piano, but we have a sound propagation here par excellence, like a real piano. And you can already say, with the new speaker system, like a grand piano. When you sit here in front of it and really hear the sounds from CFX and the Bosendorfer. It's just magnificent what's coming out of here. You will also find the whole information in the detailed presentation videos to each and every CLP by me. In this video we go to the specific differences between the models. First point, keyboard. The keyboard at the 885. Here we have a grand touch piano keyboard, such a long key with wood. That means we also see here that we have real wooden elements, a wooden key. And the pressure point here is very precise, because we have a grand touch piano keyboard with counterweights. This is the difference to the 875. When speaking about the keyboard, because here we have also the grand touch piano keyboard, but we have not installed any counterweights. That means we still have a wooden keyboard very well weighted. I always like to mention concerning the 875, this is the entrance into the upper third of digital pianos. In the Clavinova series, and keyboard-wise it is already the Grand Touch keyboard. We have the Grand Touch on the 885 and on the 875 as well, the Grand Touch. Now we delve into the sound. I always say, you should experience the three categories: keyboard, sound and function. We already discussed the Grand Touch keyboard, now we pass over to the sound. The two main samples are the two concert grand pianos, CFX, this is the concert-sized grand piano by Yamaha, and the Bosendorfer Imperial, a 2.90 meters sized grand resonance, which is here installed in the 885 in the best sound quality that ever existed in a Clavinova. This is what you will experience when you hear the 885 for the first time. As far as the function is concerned, with the 885 one has all the sounds, additionally to the XG sounds for the MIDI files. Those you can use perfectly in the application Smart Pianist. You can create your MP3s or play MIDIs via the 885 in the best sound quality of the Clavinova series. At the 875 you also have the samples CFX and Bosendorfer in a very good quality, only not the 100% fully grown power like the 885, because here the loudspeaker geometry is just a different positioning, although we've got at both instruments a three-way speaker system. That means for each frequencies we have the lows, the mids and the highs in one system. Therefore, especially at those two models, acoustics perform extremely brilliant. And I can add, the 885 is for your personal luxury. 875 is the beginning into the absolutely high quality Clavinova class. Now we switch to the 845 model. This is, so to say, the golden middle of the CLP series. So what do we have? We have here the short Grand Touch keyboard. It's named Grand Touch S. So, the key stops here, and the rest is balanced only with weights. But nevertheless we have a massive wooden key here. This key has a very good pressure point. But okay, I would summarize. The 845 is the perfect beginner piano for those who want to get back into playing for next 4 to 5 years, or even for the absolute beginner, because he already finds an important wooden keyboard here. With that you can evolve motorially with your fingers. Simply very nice. Also here, CFX, Bosendorfer. Many other sounds now are installed here in 845. And concerning the mobile app, we really have here everything installed inside what the top 885 and 875 variants can deliver. Now last but not least we last with the CLP835. This, in my opinion, is the start into the Clavinova series, because we have the typical Clavinova case, as well the typical Clavinova panel. So luckily here you also see the panel again, with the CFX and the Bosendorfer buttons. Those samples you're able to simply choose, and that really makes the 835 the start of the Clavinova series. So this start also defines itself through the keyboard. because here we have a Grand Touch S-Type. That means again the smaller key, but with a plastic key this time. Concluding, here is the pressure point. I always show you in my individual presentation videos. It's significantly less intense, because we simply have less leverage here, as the opposite to a wooden key. Important in terms of the sound, 835 is the Clavinova. That here for the first time limited to a one-way speaker system. That means you can imagine 88 keys come out of a speaker system. With this knowledge you can imagine, it's not as brilliant anymore, and the acoustics is a little bit more like dull. But for the beginning, my assessment, the first 1 to 3 years playing, you can also look very good on an 835. Developing very well, and enjoying a lot of fun. Quite important besides that is, that you come to the dealer, watch and feel that again in live. Because I always like to say, you have to experience the Clavinovas, founding on of a certain kind of sound quality. You just have to feel what comes out the systems. At this point I'll add one hint depending the pedals and lyra, because at the 875 we have, as well as the at 885 a brand new pedal, presenting the Grand Touch with GP response. That means, we have an even better half-pressed pedal moment here, for all players, who really care about listening out the nuances. Then you are in good hands at the 875. At the very last I would like to give you the hint. For all beginners and restarters out there, feel free to check out my Accord Academy. During the Corona time, I found it and developed it together with Yamaha. Back then it was live, where we successfully stepped up within 1.5 hours, together with the customers, or interested parties in the piano houses, who have taken a live course on the piano, completely without sheets. Therefore it's called the Accord Academy. Please feel free to see the link to it at the bottom of the description. Watch the trailers. Maybe the video course is something for you. I would be amazed. Besides that, if you have any questions to the models of the CLP series, just send me a mail, or maybe I can help you finding the right premium dealer right nearby to you. And if you have any further questions pointing the instrument, gladly also by mail. I am glad to hear from you. Maybe we will meet in live at the next or any other event by Yamaha. I would feel great. And until then I wish you very much happiness on the keys and see you soon.